If your calling doesn't scare you, stretch you, or make you feel completely unqualified, then it's probably not from God. You keep wondering why the dream in your spirit feels so much bigger than the life you're currently living, why the assignment God whispered to your heart makes you feel unworthy, overwhelmed, and even secretly anxious. And here's the truth that religion rarely teaches. God-sized callings always require God-sized dependence. He doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And part of your process is learning to lean, not lead. Moses stuttered, but was called to speak to Pharaoh. David was a shepherd, but was anointed to lead a kingdom. And Mary was a teenage virgin, but chosen to carry the Messiah. The pattern is clear. God specializes in choosing people who don't look the part to do things they could never accomplish in their own strength. The weight you feel is not a mistake, it's confirmation. It's God saying, I chose you because you're not enough without me. The pressure you feel, that's purpose forming in secret. When God gives you a vision that's larger than your resources, louder than your self-doubt, and impossible without his intervention, it forces you to crucify pride and walk by faith, not sight. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 7. But here's the shocking part. The enemy sees your potential before you do, which is why the attack always intensifies before the assignment manifests. You've been feeling warfare, confusion, fatigue. Not because you're off course, but because you're about to step into divine momentum, and hell knows it. That's why you've been questioning your identity, your timing, your ability, but God hasn't changed his mind about you. Romans 11 verse 29 says his gifts and callings are without repentance, meaning he's not taking it back just because you feel afraid. Don't let imposter syndrome talk you out of what heaven already approved. The fact that your calling feels too big is the proof it's divine. If you could accomplish it alone, it wouldn't need faith. If you had every answer, you wouldn't need to pray. And if you felt confident every step of the way, you'd start to idolize your own ability. So yes, your calling feels bigger than you because it is. And that's the point. God is not asking you to feel ready. He's asking you to say yes. Isaiah didn't feel qualified when he said, "Here I am, send me." But God touched his mouth and gave him the words. Jeremiah told God he was too young, but God said, "Do not say, I am only a youth, for to all to whom I send you, you shall go." Jeremiah 1 verse 7. It's never been about your comfort. It's always been about your surrender. So if the dream in your heart feels too heavy, too high, too holy for someone like you, that just means you're finally walking in a territory where only God can get the glory. Let that weight humble you, not paralyze you. Let the fear push you to your knees, not out of position. You weren't chosen to be impressive. You were chosen to be obedient. And obedience opens doors that talent never could. The truth is, the calling isn't meant to crush you. It's meant to carry you into deeper dependence, stronger character, and supernatural results. So stop running from what's bigger than you and start stepping into what's been ordained for you. Heaven already saw this version of you when God formed you in the womb. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. You're not too late, not too broken, not too inexperienced. You're just early enough for a move of God that will require every ounce of faith you've got. So walk boldly, even if your knees shake, because what feels bigger than you is exactly what God will use to reveal himself through you.